It's that time of year again. It's getting close to St. Patrick's Day, the day where we all become Irish. Traditionally, I usually cook corned beef around this time of year, but strangely enough, corned beef is traditionally not Irish. The connection between corned beef and Irish immigrants happened a long time ago. Many Irish immigrants in the US found that pork was just too expensive, but beef brisket was pretty cheap back then. They adapted by curing the beef with large grains of salt called corns of salt, creating what's known today as corned beef. It became very popular in Irish American communities, especially around St. Patrick's Day. So while it's an Irish American tradition, it's not a historic or common dish in Ireland itself. I'm going to show you probably the easiest way I know to cook corned beef, pre-corned corned beef. I'm not going to actually do the actual curing of the beef. We'll make a quick stop at my local grocery store to pick up one of these corned beefs. After I show you a real easy way to cook it, I'm going to use that corned beef to make another non-traditional Irish dish. I'm talking about a Reuben sandwich. I love using corned beef on Reuben sandwiches. It's one of my favorite ways of consuming corned beef. So that's what we're going to do on this Throw It On Thursday. Make an easy corned beef and make some Reubens. Let's head to the grocery store. When I shop for corned beef, I usually try to get the cheapest I can find. Here we have it, $4.99 a pound for a point cut, which is awesome because point cut is a little fattier cut of meat. And you know what they say, fat means flavor. To make our simple corned beef, we simply need corned beef, of course, a beer, Guinness seems like a good choice, and one onion. Let's chop this up. Just doing a rough chop on this. We're just going to add the beer to the bottom of a slow cooker. Now the chopped up onions. I like to rinse off whatever brine is still left on the corned beef. And remember to find your spice packet. Corned beef goes in the slow cooker. And take that seasoning packet and just sprinkle it all over the corned beef. Put a cover on. Set it to low and let this cook for the next 6 hours. That's all we have to do. I like cooking my corned beef in the slow cooker for a couple reasons. Number one, traditionally I think a lot of people boil that corned beef. I think it boils the flavor out of it. Secondly, some people do it in the pressure cooker. I guess that's okay, but it gets it done really quick. One of my favorite parts about cooking is taking the time and enjoying the process. Filling the house with all the aromas of what you're making. I gotta tell you, this house is gonna be smelling like good corned beef in a few hours. See you when it's done. It's now 6 hours later. Doesn't look all that great right now, but I guarantee you when we cut into this, it's gonna look amazing. So good looking. Wow. I think we should give this a try. Well, it certainly looks like corned beef. Let's see if it tastes like it. That's good. Slow cooking it over those 6 hours really tenderized this well. I think it's time to slice some more of this and make our Reuben sandwich. My Reuben's going to have some marble rye bread, Of course, corned beef, Swiss cheese, as all good Reubens have, a bit of sauerkraut, and to spice it up a bit, some dressing. This happens to be some Thousand Island. Many people put Russian dressing on their Reuben. Start with some Swiss cheese, a lot of good corned beef, some sauerkraut. I drained the sauerkraut really good, and the dressing. We are going to be grilling this sandwich, so I'm putting a little butter on the outside of the rye bread. Give that 3 or 4 minutes and get a nice toast on it. I think it's done. Oh, it sure is. Well, that does look good enough to eat. So that's what we're going to do on this Throw It On Thursday. Reuben sandwich on marble rye, corned beef, Swiss cheese, some sauerkraut, and some Thousand Island dressing. St. Patrick's Day should be more than one day a year. But then again, this isn't a traditional Irish food, so I guess I can have it 365 days a year if I want. So good. Wow, so good. Corned beef is really tasty and tender. This marble rye bread I got from the store is awesome. Just the right amount of cheese and just the right amount of sauerkraut. I don't really care for sauerkraut that much, but it adds a little something to this that I like. If it's been a while since you had a Reuben, I'd say give it a try again. I really like St. Patrick's Day for all sorts of reasons. Number one, my lovely wife Paddy is Irish, so it's got to be my number one. Number two, you get to drink Guinness beer. Of course, you can do that anytime. Number three, you get to eat some pretty good foods like corned beef and cabbage and Reuben sandwiches. But of course, like I mentioned, it's really not a traditional Irish food, but hey. And number four, we are getting so close to spring. Pretty soon, all of these trees here, they're going to have leaves on them, and it's going to be warm out here on the deck. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. Please comment. I love your comments. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. I'm getting very close to 2,000 subscribers. As always, I had a really good day today. I hope you're also having a good day. See you next time.